Sweet, got me?
Got you loud and clear.
Sweet, that's freaking loud. Let's turn this down. Better?
Yeah, it's good.
Okay.
Alright, headsets are on, clutch light is on, we're waiting for it to go out. And I'm going to get the avionics on while that's going. You already got that, so we got 119.32, that's the ATIS over at New Braunfels. 122.9 is our CTAF. We're squawking 1200, we're up on ALT, and holy cow, this GPS is old.
Old.
Yeah.
So the direct 2's right next, down the bottom
Got
left.
it. I'm just cleaning it so I can see it.
Oh yeah.
Alright, so it looks like it's initialized and acquiring still, so we're good on that. Temperature's 24. Alright, clutch light is out. We're going to warm up RPM to 70-75. Being cautious not to go above 80. Alright, there's 70-75. On the map chart, so we're looking at 24 degrees Celsius, looking above your head here. This one's a little tough to read.
Are you looking for 24?
Yeah.
Right in between, let's say 22.7.
22.7? Okay.
Yeah, 22.7.
So 22.7 with a 23.6 max. Alright, engine gauges for our amp meter is neutral. Our oil pressure is good. We got just above 1/2 and 3/4 on the aux and the primary. Oil temp is coming up slowly. Cylinder head temp should be coming up here shortly as well. And carb heat is carb heat.
Yeah, I raised it up a little bit. It's just hanging out in the yellow.
Okay.
So I just gave it a little bit of carb heat.
Yeah, sure. I mean, you know, it could be a little water in there from this morning with it being so humid. It's a good technique. Alright, mag drop at 75, so we're going to get stabilized at 75%. Switch, we're approximately there. And ignition switch identified. We're going to check mag drop, 7 and 2 seconds, so going over to right. 1,000, 2,000, back to both. Let it stabilize again at 75. And checking left. 1,000, 2,000, back to both. And it was less than 7 and 2 seconds. Our carb heat check. Carb heat is on. I'm going to turn it off real quick. We'll just watch it decrease temperature. There it's going down. Increase in RPM. Check it again. Carb heat's on. Needle's coming up, and RPM is decreasing. So carb heat is on. Do you want to keep it on?
No, that's just doing it so you can, keep it out of the yellow. There's a little bit of moisture, a little bit of haze.
Okay. All right,
we're feel the humidity.
Yeah, it's definitely burning.
Yeah, it is.
All right, so we're stabilized at 75%. We're going to do the sprite clutch check. I'm on the pedals and rotating idle. There's a separation in the needles. The sprite clutch is working.
Yes, sir.
All right, doors are not installed. This is a good time to check for sterile cockpit. So I'm sterile over here. I think if this thing comes loose, it's inside at least.
1 second. Push these out of the way. All right, now we're good.
Okay. All right, cyclic and collector frictions, we're going to bring them off.
Oh, wind's out of the south.
See that, yeah. We'll be using 1.6. And before we come up, back up on the RPM, I'll just pull up ATIS real quick.
So for this one's a little bit different. Here is turn it down,
okay.
And then we're going to squelch it. So you got to pull it, and then turn the volume up.
Visual observation. 90 at 14, visibility 5 miles with haze. Sky conditions 1,300 scattered. Temperature 21, 2.16. Altimeter 2981. Approaches to runway 17 in use. Advise on initial contact. You have information Golf.
Golf.
Tower information Golf 1724 special observation. Wind 190 at 14.
190 at 14. Okay. All right, so squelch is off, and we're back over to CTAF.
Yeah, and then that kind of helps us determine how loud we really want this thing. So
okay.
I'd say probably around there.
Okay.
And we know it works.
Yep. All right, so frictions are off. RPM, actually, before we move on, while we got time before we're up, I'm going to go up direct to New Braunfels. Or not New Braunfels, but Huber.
Yes, sir. The old vintage friggin' GPS.
Yeah, it's good. Does this still give you the runway information and all that, or
honestly, I'm sure it does. I haven't messed with it enough to actually know.
So I see it's really hard to read. So distance, half mile,
Yeah.
desired track 153. Yeah, okay, alright, so it gives basic
ground speed, so maybe
it'll
that's
give you
the important stuff, yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool.
See.
It is nice with the Garmin with all those other features.
So here we are. I got that.
Where's the range?
Yeah.
I imagine it's the dial.
It's just the big dial.
Okay.
I mean, it's not that much different than the... Alright, so we got 122.9, 119.325. Alright, cool. So we're just gonna essentially go normal approach with normal takeoff. Pick up into hover, normal takeoff, just start talking from the beginning. And then we'll do a lap of the pattern. Tell me what altitudes we gotta be at for the base leg, downwind leg, crosswind leg, all that stuff.
So you want me to talk through it?
Talk yourself through it.
You got it.
And really, like I said, stage one is just that we know that you can really, fly the helicopter from the left seat. But it's never a bad thing to start, talking through all the maneuvers.
Yeah, it helps exercise those muscles. Okay, so we're on the throttle. I have all controls. I'm coming up to 80%. Let the governor take over.
And then, have you done a similar repair yet?
Say that again.
Similar repair?
Yeah, we've done that. Okay, we can double that again.
Yeah, we'll probably save it towards the end a little bit, and then we'll come back and do straight into 180s.
Okay, right after the initial takeoff. Go out there, depart to the
yeah, we'll do everything we need to do here, and then after we're done with after the steep approach, slow landings, all that stuff, we'll just depart to the south.
Got it, yeah. Okay. Alright, so before takeoff check, all the lights are out, RPM is stabilized, gauges, everything is in the green, avionics are set. Carby, will you identify, put it off, please? Alright, and before takeoff check, we're clear left, clear ahead, clear right, and above. Alright, slowly coming up. Increasing that collective very slowly and flying left pedal prior to pickup. Looking straight out.
Yep.
Alright, CG and flight controls feel normal. I'm going to continue forward. And we're pulling about 23. Tails coming right, clear right.
Clear right. Yeah, that's about right. 24.
Yeah. New Braunfels traffic, helicopter 938 Sierra Tahoe is departing parking for runway 16. Huber. I said New Braunfels.
Wait, what?
Alright, we're clear left. Alright, tails coming left.
Clear left.
Alright, we're going to do a hover payload check here. Pulling about 22, which is confirms our weight and balance. Everything's good. We're going to be a normal takeoff, and this will be our main right close back in for a normal landing. So lights are out, RPM is stabilized, gauges are all in the green, avionics are set, carb heat is identified and off.
I want to pull it just but it's hanging out in the yellow. I don't know if it's accurate or not, so.
Yeah, I see that, yeah.
So yeah, anytime you're going below 18 inches of manifold pressure, keep it out of the yellow or visible moisture, just pull it. It's just better to be safe than sorry.
Got it.
So we can, then for the POA says we can add 1.5 inches of manifold pressure to compensate for that reduction of manifold pressure. So even at the Robertson course, they tell you, hey, you can still pull 1.5 inches, full carb heat,
right.
Add 1.5 inches to your actual reading. So
okay.
we'll be alright. We're good right there.
Okay. Alright, before takeoff's good, get the call. And Huber traffic, helicopter 938 Sierra Hotel is going to be takeoff runway 16, remain right close, Huber. And I'll be on the go. Alright, so forward cyclic, increasing collective. And we're going to stay in that avoid height region. As airspeed builds, we're looking for 40 knots. Maintaining runway alignment and aircraft in line with the takeoff direction. There's 40 knots. Increase collective. And climb out at 60 knots.
There we go.
And I got birds off the right side center line. This should be a factor. And bird 11 o'clock high. Keep them in sight.
I see him. Hey.
And bird 12 low level. Jesus. I'm going to thread the needle between these two.
Where's the other one at?
Up above, no factor.
Ah, you're good.
Yep. Alright, so we're continuing to climb 60 knots, 500 feet per minute. And at 900 feet, 300 AGL, we'll initiate a right-hand turn, right close. So we're 900. Clear right, turn to right. Keep that climb in. All right, we're clear right, turn right on our downwind leg. And on downwind, we're going to be 1,100 feet and shooting for 70 knots. So we're going to slowly apply increase collective and forward cyclic to accelerate.
Yeah.
Here we want to get our before landing check. So lights are out, RPM is stabilized, gauges are all in the green. Carb heat is already up. Huber traffic, helicopter 938 Sierra Hotel is right downwind for 16. Huber.
Huber traffic. 1,100, 70, 75, carb heat yellow, 1, 2, 3, green, engine rotor tech's good, pay attention to those bad boys.
Yep.
V is size 0, we're good. Runway is clear. Let's get normal landing, tell me through a normal landing, show me where, we're a side picture, kind of try to illustrate that to me, what I should be looking for as a student pilot for that normal approach. Normal approach is cool.
Normal landing, it's going to be between 8 to 10 degrees is the approach angle. And right now I'm looking for the 45 degree from the approach end of the runway. We're there. I'm going to initiate my descent. I'm going to decrease collective to initiate a descent. Clear right, turn right. We're checking final. The Huber traffic, helicopter 938 Sierra Hotel is turning right base, runway 16 Huber. We made our call to alert other traffic. And we're looking for 900 turning out on final, approximately 60 knots. So aft cyclic, decrease collective, checking final. Okay, we're going to turn right, turn in final, get the call. Huber traffic, helicopter 938 Sierra Hotels, turn final for 16 Huber. Okay, when we roll out final, we'll be approximately 900 MSL and 60 knots. And the approach angle we're looking for is when the numbers of the approach angle of the runway are, I would say, slightly above the compass right in front of us.
Right.
And that's the approach angle for a normal approach. A steep approach would be at or below the compass.
Right. Yeah, like I said, it's different for everybody.
Yep.
So,
yeah,
nice little picture. Right. Now, take a mental note. What is it looking like right now for you? Like, use something, draw an imaginary line from like a reference inside the cockpit to the numbers.
All right, so we're going to touch down to a hover over the numbers. So I'm going to initiate my descent. I'm going to reduce collective and apply gentle aft cyclic, so progressively I'm descending and decelerating. So I'm 0, 0 by the time I reach the numbers. And remember, with reduced collective, I have to input right pedal. You see the right pedal now is in further than the left to compensate for that reduced torque. And I'm progressively slowing back, airspeed, and controlling my descent. So I'm 0, 0 by the time I get to the numbers. All right, we're short final. We identify carb heat. Push it in, please. We want that extra power when we get down to the bottom. We're right at the edge of that shuttle, right at ETL with our headwind. And just prior, as we come into in-ground effect, I'm going to increase collective, increase left pedal, and adjust the cyclic so we're at a stationary 3-foot hover.
Cool.
Stationary, I said.
Yeah. I'm about to say cool. Go do another. Actually, you know what? We're gonna see. Right now, we're gonna show me like a quick stop, air taxi quick stop, air taxi quick stop, and then once we get on the go again, you're just gonna show me a confined or steep approach into the T hangars, or we'll just do the slopes, and then after that, we'll depart to the south and knock out that settling with power stuff.
So quick stop, right pattern, steep approach into the confined area,
yes, sir.
Slopes, max performance out, and then autos.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. So right now we're going to demonstrate a quick stop, and this is used if we need to stop the aircraft, say on takeoff or landing suddenly. So what we're going to do is it's basically an air taxi, 40 feet AGL and 40 knots, and we're going to call a point, and it's going to be aft cyclic, reduce collective, and right pedal in order to keep the aircraft pointed straight ahead, and then descend down, basically terminate to a 3 to 5 foot stabilized hover. All right. So before takeoff, it's still good. What I'm going to do is get the call, and then we'll demonstrate the maneuver. So Huber traffic, helicopter 938 Sierra Hotel is hover work, runway 16 Huber. All right, I'm going to initiate that takeoff. So forward cyclic, increase collective. Be cognizant of that avoid height region. And we're looking for 40 knots, 40 feet. So here comes 40 knots. I'm increasing collective. There's 40 feet. And I'm going to stop approximately in front of the velocity hangar. So I'm going to initiate the quick stop, 3, 2, 1, decrease collective, half cyclic, and avoid settling with power. Now we're increasing collective, leveling the aircraft, and slowly, less than 300 feet per minute, coming down to a stabilized 3 to 5 foot hover.
Sweet. Cool deal. Alright, on the go. We'll do the confines. Kind of simulate like going through your checklist as far as doing like a confined area landing. And then we'll shoot that steep approach into there.
Okay. Alright, before takeoff it's still good. Looking at it. Huber traffic, helicopter 938 Sierra Hotel is takeoff runway 16, remain right close, Huber. Alright, we're on the go.
Yeah, I should have brought my glasses, jeez. I'm like squinting
I
hard.
understand how you're getting through this.
Fucking squinting hard.
Our doors are still up there at the departure end. So forward cyclic, increase collective, staying low to, there's our 40 knots, we increase collective, watching our torque, climbing out, shooting for 60 knot climb out, 500 feet per minute. Got a bird on level 12, little tiny guy.
Yep, see him. Eyes on. Now they'll move out of the way. Just slap those crackles on around.
Man, what an awesome day.
It's, yeah, beautiful day. It's crazy.
You getting paid for this?
Yeah, that's wild. That's what my buddy. I was over the weekend. I was like, what do you do? I was like, well, I'm an instructor pilot. And they're like, oh, really? I was like, how is it? I was like, oh.
Were you telling this to a woman or a man?
No, my buddies. My buddies. I'll complain to a woman.
Oh, there's 900 feet. We're going to turn our right crosswind. Clear right, turn right. Continue our climb. 500 feet per minute. Shoot for 60 knots.
They're like, how do you like it? I was like, well, I mean, shit, I get paid to do something fun.
Yeah.
This is the craziest concept in the world. It's weird.
Yeah, it's definitely a rarity. Turning right downwind. Huber traffic, helicopter 938 Sierra Hotel is turning right downwind for 16, T-hangar area. Huber.
Let's watch that airspeed.
Roger. All right, we're 1,100 feet. Gonna get that airspeed back up. All right, before landing, lights, RPM, gauges, carb heat identified on, avionics are set. This will be a confined area approach, steep approach into a confined area, which will be, you see that small white building adjacent to 2 long buildings on our right front?
Yeah.
That'll be our simulated confined area. So what we're going to do is we're going to approach into the wind. We'll conduct our high reconnaissance at approximately 500 feet. I use the acronym TSLO, so it's essentially the tactical situation, the long access, the size, the surface, slopes, obstacles, winds, and wires is the last W. So there's multiple letters.
Okay.
We'll assess all of those things. We'll do that high at a high reconnaissance, and then we'll do that low as well. Right now I'm going to execute a right-hand turn for our base turn in the confined area. We'll pretend we've done that assessment. Huber traffic, helicopter 938 Sierra Hotel, turning right base for training area, beam 16, Huber.
So let's get us down a little bit lower. Get us down to 300 before we shoot this steep approach.
Oh, well, yeah, it's going to be a steep approach.
I feel like doing a steep approach from 500 feet.
Yeah. All right, we're checking the final. We're clear. We'll turn right final. This will be a simulated steep approach into the wind. So just for spacing, we're going to come out at 900 like we would. Turn it final on a normal approach.
Sweet.
So we're going to wait a bit later. And actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to sidestep here. So we cross the approach area at the pole of the wires. And I should have lined that up initially, but I'll line it up now. Never too late.
It's all good. We can make it in.
Alright, so now we're moving into the low reconnaissance phase. Steep approach, you see the touchdown angle is at or below the compass heading. And here the biggest thing we want to be cognizant of is settling with power. So it's greater than 300 foot per minute rate of descent, which we're right at about 300 now. Airspeed less than ETL and 20 to 100% power supplied. We're going to shoot the approach to the forward 1/3 of this confined area. Our low reconnaissance looks good. We're passing over the wires at the pole. Never want to cross between. We'll keep that airspeed above ETL. If at any point safe landing is in question, we're going to abort the landing. That'll be straight ahead, climbing into the wind, applying max takeoff power. All right, we got a fence line on our right front. Cognizant of that. All right, we're about 150 feet per minute, looking good. Still got plenty of headwind. We're right at the shutter with ETL. This will be a touchdown to a hover. We'll terminate to a hover. Our carb heat identified, and turn it off, please.
Yes, sir.
Give us that extra power. And as we come closer to the bottom, I'm going to increase collective, left pedal, and adjust the cyclic to come to a stationary hover. And that terminates the maneuver.
Sweet.
All right, now we're going to go into slopes.
All right.
All right, so slopes, what we'll do is we'll do a left slope first. So we're going to do preferably into the wind, and the max slope for the R22 is 5 degrees. So we got a slope out of our left front here. Tail is clear right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go apply left pedal, and I'm going to approach the slope from a 45-degree angle.
Over our spot, right?
Come right over it. All right, here I'm assessing the conditions. You know, is it slippery, is it gravelly, etc. I'm going to apply right pedal and straighten this out in line with the slope. Now I'm looking straight ahead. All right, so gradually I'm going to decrease or lower collective to get that left skid in contact with the slope. Now I'm using cyclic into the slope to maintain our position. Now, once we're stabilized, I'm gradually going to reduce collective and place cyclic into the slope in order to hold our position.
Right.
Now we're down to approximately 15, 16 manifold pressure. I'm going to move the cyclic and adjust the pedals to make sure that we're stable and we're not going to slip. Once I'm confident that we're stable, I'm going to continue to decrease collective to complete the landing. Once the collective is full down, I'm going to position the cyclic to a neutral position and pedals neutral. That terminates the maneuver.
Okay, cool.
All right, so get off the slope before takeoff check. So lights are out, RPM is stabilized, gauges are all in the green. We're about half and just above half on gas.
There we go.
Thank you. And avionics are set, carb heat is off. So to initiate the maneuver, we're going to displace cyclic into the slope in order to tilt the disc into it and plant that left skid into the slope. And we're going to slowly and smoothly increase collective until that right skid comes off the ground. Increase in left pedal with an increase in torque. Slowly and smoothly. Now that right skid's off the ground. Now I'm going to slowly and smoothly increase and adjust cyclic and collective simultaneously to come to a hover. Now I'm going to look forward and right, and I'm not going to turn my tail into the skid. I'm going to move away forward and right, being constant in suspense out the right.
Yep.
And then once I'm clear of the slope, I can adjust my tail left or right.
Yes, sir. Yeah, but yeah. Avoid putting that freaking tail into the slope.
All right, now we're going to do one on the right-hand side. So I'm going to come up in altitude a little bit to make sure that our tail is clear. I'm watching our power.
Clear on right.
And I'm going to apply right pedal, tail's clear left. Slowly and progressively coming around. Understanding the aircraft's going to weather vane.
Right, it's going to be a little bit more nose down.
So now we got a tailwind. It's pushing that tail over, pushing forward, so you notice more aft cyclic. So now I've got our slope identified. We're going to do a right slope landing. So before landing is set, lights, RPM, gauges, carb heat is off. I'm going to approach the slope at the right door. Head on. Oh, we're over the slope, tail clear right.
Tail clear right.
A little bit difficult with the tailwind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dance those pedals, right? Yeah.
Right.
When you're teaching it to students, you know you're going to be more vulnerable.
Yep. All right, so I'm focusing out in front of the aircraft, not looking down at the ground. And I'm going to gradually, once we're stabilized, lower collective until that right skid contacts the ground. Gradually coming down. All right, I'm going to abort that real quick. I wasn't too stabilized.
All right, don't forget those pedals.
Yep. All right, coming down. I'm going to abort it once again. Working my ass off here. Come on, bitch.
There you go. Remember, just make sure, look outside, dance those pedals, dance those foot,
Yep.
dance those feet. Yeah.
All right, focused outside.
There we go.
Coming down, coming down.
There you go. Good. There you go.
Same thing, displacing cyclic, slow and steady. Displacing cyclic, lower collective. Displacing cyclic, lower collective. Down to 15. We're moving the cyclic, moving the pedals. Make sure we're stable. Now we're coming collective, full down. And then cyclic neutral, pedals neutral.
Right.
We're stabilized.
So one thing that people tend to forget when they're doing slopes is that pedal control.
Yeah.
and you'll notice it, especially in, like I said, newer students where you start to teach this, or even more advanced students, is that you'll notice the yell, like right off the bat, and they'll panic a little bit, and then set it down, and you know, kind of just, hey, don't forget your pedals, keep it in line, you're still outside, it's a hover maneuver.
Yep.
And then obviously do it just to a student that doesn't have a good hover, so just something for you to be aware of. And yeah, just like I said, one of those things that people forget is just those pedals. Just kind of dance those pedals. We know I have that tailwind.
You got it, like in that situation, he's got to take charge of it.
Yeah, I was jumping on. I was good.
Alright, so we're going to come up to take off from the right slope up. So lights are out, RPM is stabilized, gauges are all in the green. Carb heat identified off, please. You got it?
Yes, sir.
Before takeoff's good. Alright, we're going to gradually, we're going to displace the cyclic into the slope. And we're going to gradually increase collective and increase left pedal for that torque. That left skid is going to come off the ground first, and we're just going to pause. We're going to use cyclic to maintain level attitude. Slow and smooth. And now increase collective, adjust cyclic, stabilized 3-foot hover. Got to dance on those pedals a little bit with the tailwind. Now we're going to look forward and left. We're going to come forward and left. Clear of all obstacles. Once the tail's clear, we can rotate the tail as needed.
Sweet. Oh, let's see. I want to try real quick. I want to try it.
You got it. You got more controls.
I have 3 controls. Alright. Tail clear in there?
Tail's clear.
Okay, back us up a little bit. Tail's clear in the right. Let's go with the big one. Haven't done one of these. I need to practice. Clear on the right.
Slopes are always hungry.
They will, for sure.
Yeah.
Whenever I teach students, they're all like, I don't like watching my instructor struggle. Shut up. Alright, port charter 45, coming over my spot. Identified my spot.
Hey, you can't talk and not do it.
Exactly. Alright, so I'm over my spot. I'm going to line the skids with the slope. Slowly lower that collective. Eyes outside. Lower until I feel that right skid. Touch. Alright, there it is. So maintain this level attitude. A little bit of cyclic into the slope. Maintain pedal control. Lower the collective. Lower the collective. Right around 18 inches. I think I feel that left skid kind of touch. So stability. Stability check. Right before I lower the collective anymore. A little bit of pedal test. We keep lowering the collective.
So I was using 15, 16, use 18.
I use around 18.
18.
And that's how I was taught. So okay. That's a little bit different. And that to me is once I right around 18, 17, 18 is when I feel that left skid kind of touching.
Yeah, and if you're going to
back to neutral.
That's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly. So, alright, everything's back to neutral. Good to go. Alright, now to get out of here, we're going to do complete opposite. Put that right cyclic in and start raising that collective. Maybe we get nice and level. Eyes outside. Yeah, maintain the... There we go. We should start getting a little bit light right there.
That was me on the pedal.
Was it?
Do you feel it?
Not really.
Yeah. I'm just trying to see, like, get a feel for guarding.
Right. Alright, you have controls.
I have all 3 controls.
Yeah, I have all 3 controls. That's good. Yeah, no, that's good. Yeah, guarding for sure, definitely. This, like I said, slopes were the most vulnerable. Doing this, hover autos, especially because I mean that dynamic roll over.
Yeah.
And I think that's this and hover autos are probably the most dangerous for us. And I mean hover work because Jesus, it gets insane. All right, so go ahead and
max performance takeoff.
Yes, sir. We're going to depart to the south, and you're going to just show me settle on power. So we'll just kind of hover taxi to the end. So that
Alright, so max performance takeoff. We're going to confirm the area. We want to take off from the first third of the available area. So right now we're just conducting a ground recon. We're looking for anything along the takeoff path that would inhibit our takeoff. Looks good. We're going to take off into the wind. This is where we will reference temperature, our current weight and balance, and our map chart as well. So clear right, coming right. Alright, so our max performance takeoff power for today was, I believe, 23.4. So we're going to use 23.4 for that.
Temperature went up a little bit.
Yeah, you recheck it, please?
Yes, sir. It's 28. 28. 8 degrees. Let's use 22.8 as max continuous and 23.7 for 5-minute takeoff.
All right, 23.7 for 5-minute takeoff. So before takeoff check, our lights are out, our RPM stabilized, our gauges, everything's in the green. Avionics are set. Carb heat identify off, please. And it's off. And 23.7 is our max performance takeoff. So we're going to do a max performance takeoff. This is essentially a power over airspeed maneuver. We're going to, into the wind, we're going to apply max takeoff power and basically keep the aircraft in a level attitude, which is approximately a 40 knot attitude, and then build that airspeed slowly above ETL. Once we're clear of the obstacles and above ETL, then we'll resume a normal climb out. Aircraft will remain in direction of takeoff, so in the line of takeoff, below 50 feet and the obstacles, and then trim above that. Following this, you would just do right traffic,
to the south.
to the south.
Yeah, and we'll do the south. Yeah, just to the directly south. I already have Charlie Brown in there, but it's a Sunday, so I doubt they're working. Yeah, we'll call and check anyway. But yeah, it's going to set us on the ground. We'll do a max performance out of here.
Okay, got it. All right, clear left, right, below, coming down. All right, the reason we want to initiate this maneuver from the ground is in order to use that inertia and reduce that mini out-of-ground effect to get the most lift off the rotor system. All right, before takeoff is still good. Did you make out who that was?
No, but just give a call. We're taking off T hangars parallel 16, departing to the south.
Huber traffic, helicopter 9380 Hotel will be takeoff to the south of beam runway 16, and will be departure to the southwest. Huber. Oh, before takeoff's good, I'm going to initiate the maneuver, so we're looking at 23.4. So focused outside, increasing collective, left pedal. Focused outside. There's our power, watching our power. There's 23 and a half.
22, there you go. There's 23.
There it is.
Right there.
Level attitude. Slightly nose down. We're clear of the obstacles. We're going to increase power, forward cyclic, get that airspeed up to 60 knots. Watch that VSI. Now aircraft aerodynamically trim. And resume a normal climb out.
Yes, sir. Yeah, we'll just literally straight south.
Sounds good.
And yeah, I mean, right now would be a good time to start talking about settling with power, the conditions.
Yep. All right. So settling with power, it's a big risk when we're doing steep approaches or any operations low or in confined areas.
Yeah.
To demonstrate the maneuver, what we're going to do is we're going to climb up to 1,000 AGL.
Yeah. So we use about 2,000 indicated.
2,000 indicated around here. Okay. So 2,000 indicated.
1,500. Yeah.
And so we're going to continue the climb straight to the south to 2,000. I'm going to get my airspeed back up.
Yes, sir.
While I'm talking. So the conditions with settling with power, like we discussed, are low forward airspeed, so less than ETL, about 20 to 100% power applied, and having a complete brain fart here. Low forward airspeed, power applied, and a descent greater than 300 foot per minute.
There you go.
So once we get up to 1,000 to 2,000 MSL, so about 1,000 AGL, we're going to decrease airspeed to less than ETL, between 0 and 16 knots, and initiate a descent greater than 300 foot per minute by reducing the collective. Once we have greater than 300 foot per minute and that descent starts to become developed, we'll feel the shudder, maybe uncommanded pitch roll and yaw. We'll exasperate. I'm going to come right with that bird, 12 o'clock.
Oh, snap.
Yep. We're going to exacerbate that situation a little bit by applying additional collective, so increase.
Mustang Beach.
So increase that power to exaggerate the situation.
Right.
Once we feel confident that the settling with power has been demonstrated proficiently, we're going to recover from the maneuver. So that will be reduced collective, forward cyclic, and then in order to essentially break the stall, aerodynamic stall on the aircraft, and then once we have airspeed established above ETL, increase collective.
Give me like a 180 heading.
180, you got it.
27422 Delta F.
It's funny, that talking and flying part's the hardest part.
The talking and flying, yeah, because yeah, that 180 just going that way. It is, but like you can do this, so you just have to transfer over the controls and it'd be a little bit more. Hold on.
Yeah, give me the opportunity to straighten level.
Yeah, Yeah, exactly. So, I have controls?
You have all flight controls.
I have all three controls. So, I mean, this makes it easier for you to one day start explaining and start talking, right? So, like I said, it changes a little bit more once you're in real world. But, you know, for check ride purposes, you have to be able to fly one up here and be able to talk and demonstrate the maneuvers at the same time. So,
right.
Yeah. Like if you ever do have, like you're stumbling on your words or whatever, hey, hand them over the controls, and at this point they should be able to fly. Now the hardest is whenever they're,
Flying
one student. Yeah, that's a little bit more complicated, but
yep.
Yeah, you're gonna run into students. Hey, they have controls, and this kind of frees you up to talk a little bit more. It's even I'm flying, trying to talk, and kind of makes you stumble a little bit. But yeah, you have all three controls.
I have all flight controls.
Yeah, controls. Let me just do contact to me real quick.
All right, coming back to bucket speed, just to expedite this climb. About 22 applied, about 53 knots. Gets us, geez, only about 150 feet per minute.
Oh.
We got about 300 feet per minute now. Taking forever.
Yeah, I mean, we're not even pulling max continuous.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah, this, whenever you demonstrate, you want to at least, like I said, at least 1,000 AGL. We go a little bit higher.
Yeah, it's interesting because I had one source, the Robinson guide says 1,000 AGL. The FAA, I saw it somewhere in the FAA where it said 2,000 AGL. In the FAR, yeah. I wrote it down and referenced it.
Really?
Yeah, I have to look at it again.
Go in that direction. See, and then what you're doing, essentially what you're looking for is just always give yourself an out. In case, for whatever reason, you do have a real engine failure. At least you have these open fields to come into.
I got you.
Or roads or whatever. And then when you're teaching the clearing turn, right? So we're going to turn clearing turn. Teach them how to, one, identify where the winds are coming from. So if you put your tail in the tailwind, it makes it a little bit easier and quicker to get into settling with power versus trying to hold that OG straight facing the wind, right?
Right.
You'll never really be in settling with power. Or you might be, but, depending on the day. And teach, that clearing turn. At least there's no really set way on how to teach this, so it's really almost like personal preference.
Right.
But like I said, I like to teach my clearing turn and then end up in that, I'm looking here, looking for my open field, teach my clearing turn into the wind, and then kind of turn away and go straight into that tailwind to help initiate that settling with power a little bit quicker.
Okay, so like clearing turn.
Yeah, and then always, like whenever it comes time for students' check ride or whatever, they're going to have to demonstrate the clearing turn on their side. So, kind of just point that out to them. You, as a CFI, teaching it, clear it, and then you're teaching how to recover, essentially.
Okay.
But yeah, it's kind of the...
Alright, so we're at 60 knots and 2,000 feet AGL, so we're going to demonstrate settling with power and recovery from that. So prior to doing the maneuver, since it's a in-flight maneuver, we're going to do some clearing turns. So right now I'm going to look right, and we're going to do a 90-degree turn to the right. And this gives us better visibility and makes us more visible to other aircraft that may be out there as well. Alright, so we've done 90 degrees to the right. And now we're going to look left and do a clearing turn to the left. Turn to the left, and we're going to turn left 180 degrees in order to clear anything that may be behind us. We're going to look above and below as well, since we will be descending during this maneuver. Alright, so turn her about to a 090. Alright, just looking for other aircraft, birds, anything else. And then during this time period, we can pick out our forced landing area too, which we have a bunch of fields off to our left here. So now to set us up to settle with power better, we're going to do a 90-degree left-hand turn, and we're going to get a nice tailwind going. So I'm going to clear left, turn in left. We got a bird out the left low. Going to be no factor. He's flying opposite direction.
Bound for landing runway 16.
Alright, we're looking for about a 360 heading. That'll give us a nice tailwind. Alright, so now we're 2,000 level. I'm going to begin to slowly reduce collective and half cyclic in order to start to bring our airspeed back. I'm going to maintain my altitude for now. Alright, see airspeed's coming back, about 25.
Yep.
We're going to have increased power. And we're looking for that rate of descent. Now I'm going to decrease collective, now that we're 0. You see about 150 feet per minute now. There's 300. And we're looking for a shutter, an uncommanded pitch roll and yaw. Now I'm going to increase power again. Now that we're 600 feet per minute.
Alright, now we're settling.
Not really that bad, but we're 500 feet per minute with 22 applied. So now we're recovered from this settling of power. There's our picture on now. I'm going to reduce collective, forward cyclic. I'm going to build airspeed. Here's airspeed coming alive. I'm going to increase power to take off power and watch that VSI zero out.
There we go.
There's 40 knots. And we're recovered. We're climbing again.
Nice. That was that entry to settling the power. That was weird. That was not violent at all.
No.
Right,
But you can definitely feel when it kicks in.
I think that set me up pretty straight in. But yeah, essentially, like I said, whenever you're starting out with this, especially as a brand new student, you're teaching the recovery, right? Not really teaching them how to get into settling the power, like how to put yourself into it.
Right.
But yeah, so do that. Hey, we're teaching. I'm going to tell you to recover. You recover by lowering the collective force cyclic, and then raise the collective once again.
Yeah.
Once those trim strings, or you get your airspeed back alive.
One thing I like that you guys do too is like you teaching like the fewest amount of words as possible. Like, like the Army doesn't do that. It's like not even like 200 words.
Oh hell no! It's so confusing, and there's so very little time in these helicopters to.
Yeah.
Let me make a radio call and bring the next straight in, because I thought I heard somebody using 1.6.
Okay.
It's very muffled.
Huber traffic, helicopter 938 Sierra Hotel is 2.7 miles to the south, inbound to land 16. Huber.
But yeah, like everything's happening so quickly in these small little helicopters that the more noise we throw in there, the harder it is for a student to comprehend what the hell's going on.
Yeah.
And even for more advanced students, like, wait, what?
Well, plus G.
Yeah, it's 1.7 anyway. Yeah, it's 1.6, so we're good. Yeah, he's gonna shoot me a straight in rotation to center field.
Alright, so with the student what I do is, set up for a full day to go to entry on the downwind.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Or you just,
Alright, so we're looking to get established 70 knots and 1100 feet for a straight entry, right downwind entry. We'll get off before landing now. So lights are all out, RPM is stabilized, gauges, everything's in the green. We're about 1/4 and half on our fuel. Avionics are set, car beat identified on. Alright, the area's clear. I don't see anybody around the airfield. We made our initial call.
Zero traffic, Skyhawk 70 X-ray turning left downwind, run 17, Zulu.
Did you catch which airfield that was?
Zul.
Zul?
Yeah, it's Zul. Let's go get our airspeed back.
Yep.
Trade a little bit of that airspeed for altitude, less altitude.
I'm going to get established right downwind, 70 knots, 1100.
Yeah.
Oh, you said airspeed back? I thought you said reduce airspeed.
Oh, no.
Airspeed back. Yeah, okay.
I was like, okay.
No, I got
Increase our airspeed, sorry.
Roger
I
that.
should have used right terminology, huh?
I was confused.
My bad.
As a student.
Yeah, see, that's my fault. That's my fault.
It's hard. Alright, we're coming up on 1100, gonna get my airspeed 70 knots. Huber traffic, helicopter 938 Sierra Hotel is established right downwind, runway 16, via simulated engine failure. Huber.
Just gonna do a nice straight in. Don't worry, let's green engine bird. That's good. Car beats out of the yellow.
Alright, for the orientation, what we're gonna do is we're gonna extend our downwind out a little bit, approximately that cluster of trees out in front of us, just to give us a little more time to set up on final.
Zero traffic, Skyhawk 70 X-ray on final for 17.
Before landing's good still?
Yes, sir.
Alright, so the entry for the maneuver is going to look a lot like the steep approach, maybe even a little bit steeper. We're going to, our intended touchdown point will be essentially the center of the runway. This will be a straight in auto rotation with a power recovery. Alright, so we're going to turn base now. No descent. Stay at 1100. Huber traffic, helicopter 938 Sierra Hotels, turn right base 16. Huber.
Go.
Alright, getting that airspeed back up. 70 knots. Entry. It's actually 70 to 75. Turn and final. Huber traffic, helicopter 938 Sierra Hotels, turn final, runway 16. Simulated engine failure. Huber.
There you go, 70, 75. To enter, we're going to lower collective right pedal F cyclic, roll off right base, collective again, check our RPMs.
Midfield traffic, Skyway 11.
Alright, so we're set. We're 70, 75, going to decelerate slightly. We're at 1100 feet. Always going to be a little higher if needed. Alright, looking good on runway center line.
It's on you.
Shoot for center of the runway. And gonna enter in 3, 2, 1, lower, right, aft. roll off.
Raise. There we go. Don't forget that raise.
Alright, now we're steady state, reducing collective.
Get that airspeed back.
Shooting for 65 knots.
There we go.
A little slow. Alright, looking for hang right. Gonna initiate a progressive flare. Slow it down. Gonna roll the throttle on. And terminate to a 5-foot hover.
Right. There we go.
That was a warm-up one.
That's the warm-up one. I have controls.
You have all flight
I have all
controls.
the controls. Alright, I'm going to show you one. Alright, and we're going to do it again. Huber traffic, helicopter 9380, hotels on the go, 16, making right close traffic, Huber. So that was terrible, right? So this is we kind of lost focus on our airspeed. I wasn't really paying attention.
Yeah.
It was like in and out. Really kind of, that check kind of threw us off, right? That checkup, we took a little too long.
Yep.
That's what it was.
Yep.
Took a little too long. RPMs wanted to come up on us. And then, even then, like, once we checked it up, like I said, this helicopters, the R-22 specifically, low inertial rudder system. So the RPM can come back really quick or go away really quick.
Yeah.
Right? So that horn, right? That horn just came on as soon as we checked up. I'm like, damn it. All right, cool. That's fine. But yeah, control's going to throw me into back, set me up for another straight, and I'll show you one.
Alright, I have all flight controls.
Yeah, look controls.
Alright, climbing. We're at 55 knots, power applied, 500 feet, looking for 900, turn right, clear right.
So essentially, like I said, down, lower collective, right pedal, aft cyclic, roll, go, raise that collective again. Now, keep in mind whenever you're aft cyclic,
left downwind for 17,
that aft cyclic, you don't have to, we lost a lot of airspeed there. Give me a little bit more. We lost a lot of airspeed there because we kept that left cyclic in.
Yep.
Now that when the entry,
Traffic 451, now turning left downwind. Touch and go, 17 Smithville.
so I mean, we lost our airspeed and we were our nose up, and luckily we had more altitude, so we were fine. And back up to 70. But we showed the entry here in a little bit, and that's really the only thing that we need to work on as far as that. And then,
I had it good a few days ago.
Did you?
I felt good with it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a little bit quicker. That's why we always use that down right aft roll off raise. To get that little mantra in there, and that's roughly around the cadence that you want to do it in.
Huber traffic, helicopter 9380, hotels right downwind, runway 16, Huber.
Right, in that flare, right, we don't want to do it too high, but we want to make sure that we have enough airspeed to bleed off, right? If we don't have any airspeed to bleed off, it's not going to do anything for our RPMs. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So
4 landing set.
Alright, I have controls.
You have all flight controls.
I have all 3 controls. You just be on there with me.
Yep.
Alright, got 70, 500. Clear to the left. Clear it forward. Clear on the right. Huber traffic, helicopter 9380, hotels on the right, base 16, Huber. We'll get our airspeed back in a second. And I'll kind of show you like the speed that we should be kind of entering our autos in.
Dual traffic, Skyhawk 70, X-ray turning, final for 17, touch and go.
Got it, Eric. Playing off 16.
Yeah, I see him. Huber traffic, helicopter 9380, hotels on final 16, be simulating engine failure to midfield, and I have that traffic on takeoff site. Huber. Alright. I don't think he had a radio.
No.
Alright, so airspeed's a little slow, we'll get that back. Air altitude's looking good. I'm gonna have eyes on that traffic, so we're good.
Yep.
Alright, I'll kind of just be on light on the controls with me, I'll show you kind of.
Traffic 451, turning left base, touch and go 17 Smithville.
Alright, going in auto rotation in 3, 2, 1, down right, aft, roll off, raise. Alright, smooth entry, everything's looking good, RPMs is looking good. I'm going to lower it because I'm anticipating the horn, it's going to build back up, so I'm raising collective. Keep it right around there, 65, I'm messing with the cyclic too much. Coming within 100 feet, here's 40 feet here in a second. Lower the collective a little bit, keep the RPM on green, progressive flare, 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 roll throttle, flare, forward cyclic, level helicopter. So I see, once you get that airspeed there, keep it around 65.
Yeah.
Don't mess with the cyclic too much.
Yep.
That's going to manipulate your RPMs like more than you want, really.
Yeah.
So the less cyclic input that we put into it, the less that we really have to mess with the collective. And just kind of anticipate those RPMs coming down. So like the horn never turned on because I knew, I was like, okay, I felt that kind of weightlessness feeling. RPMs are about to drop. Lower that collective. Alright, you have all 3 controls?
I have all controls.
Yeah, all 3 controls.
Alright, lights, RPM, gauges, carb heats, identify off.
Yep.
Before takeoff's good.
Alright,
Same thing, we're going to get it better.
Yes, sir.
Huber traffic, helicopter 9380, hotel. It would be takeoff, runway 16, remain right close. Huber. On the go.
And then, so like in my flare, I noticed the RPMs were getting a little high, so instead of flaring mine, I kind of held away for a little bit, and then then I still had a little bit of airspeed to bleed off, so I waited for them to get a little bit lower, and then I really flared it in. So that way, like we avoid that overspeed.
Right.
But that entry will make your auto rotation for sure. Let's do a good one. You don't have to talk to it. Let's just do one.
Okay.
I mean, if you want to, it's on you. If you want to talk to it, it's on you.
It hurts, but it,
hey, whatever works.
you gotta do it sooner or later.
Yeah.
You know?
That was weird. That dude never called us. I never heard it.
No, I mean, you know, that's how it is with an airplane. I mean, it's a pain in the ass because of the non-shielded ignition. All right, clear right, turn right. At 1100, clear right, turn right. Huber traffic, helicopter 938 Sierra Hotels, right downwind, runway 16, Huber.
And you just feel me like when I had it in detail now, you know, as soon as we started getting closer to the ground, kind of let it go.
Yep.
And then, you know, from there, once we were in the flare, I was just
Yeah, you kind of do release, yeah.
For me, that's a fail safe for me. That I don't have to worry about that RPM coming up when I'm, you know, checking RPMs and during the auto rotation. And as an instructor, I mean, it's kind of it helps you out a little bit.
Right, yeah. All right, we're stabilized, 1200, gonna get 70 knots. All right, checking final looks clear, turn to base. Huber traffic, helicopter 938, Sierra Hotels, turn right base, runway 16, Huber. Final still clear.
Zulu traffic, Skyhawk 70 X-ray turning left base for 17 Zulu.
So,
Huber traffic, helicopter 938 Sierra Hotels, turn final, runway 16, simulated engine failure, Huber.
alright, 70, altitude, no one, that's 1, 2, 3, green, engine rotor text good, carpet's all the way up, let's go. On you,
1100, midfield, straight in auto with power recovery.
Heather.
Looking for the entry, and gonna enter in 3, 2, 1, lower, right, out, roll off, raise.
There we go.
Airspeed,
Good.
check our airspeed. Getting runway 11, checking our airspeed.
There we go.
Yep. Watching airspeed.
They're right there.
Looking for our flare.
Keep it right there.
And smooth, progressive flare.
Throttle.
Roll on. And cushion.
Hell yeah.
That was better.
Much better.
Alright.
For sure.
So do it again, or?
Shoot me a left 180.
Left 180 auto.
Yes, sir.
Alright. For takeoff, lights, RPM, gauges, everything's in the green. Carb heat, identify off, please.
Yeah, I was just keeping it out of the yellow.
Okay.
Keep it like right here, so it's good.
Huber traffic, helicopter 938, Sierra Hotel, takeoff 16, remain left close, Huber. On the go.
So yeah, and just remember for the 180s, we want at least 700.
Yep.
At least 700 feet, so right around 1,300 for us. And then it's kind of hard to find that sweet spot, how far you want to be.
Yeah.
You're either too close or you're too far away. And you'll know right off the bat whenever you're too close and when you're too far away.
Okay.
So like, I was using literally just right outside of them. Is kind of yeah, a good spot. So right here we're just gonna extend this climb out a little bit.
Okay. About the highway.
Yeah, roughly around the highway. And then 1,300 in the downwind, get our 70 back, establish the glide, and then initiate our turn and kind of gauge out from there how far we need to go in and out to make our spot.
Got a burn at the left hour level.
That entry was much better though, for sure.
Yeah, it felt better.
Yeah. I had to kind of nudge your checkup a little bit. Just don't be too late on that checkup, or else you'll feel that freaking crazy build in RPM.
Yep.
Anticipate a little bit. bleep out my cuss words in your video.
That's fine.
Sorry.
It's not going anywhere other than my computer.
Oh, okay. I was like, alright, my bad. I forgot.
Alright, clear left, turn left. Gonna continue the climb to 13. Use that road as a reference, just outside it, you said?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I like to be kind of just, right outside.
And then Ian showed me the yellow marker on the field you kind of use as the midpoint. Alright, so shoot for 70 knots, 1,300 feet.
1117, 2,5.
Yeah, so I tell him pretty much to start the countdown when we're being the yellow markers.
Set. Car beats off.
Yes, sir.
You got it on right now, you want to turn it on?
Yeah, we got to turn it on.
Okay. Huber traffic, helicopter 9380 hotel will be 180 auto runway 16, Huber.
Alright, let's get our airspeed.
Airspeed up. We're plenty high.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, there's airspeed and entering in. There's the beam point, 3, 2, 1, lower, right, half, roll off, raise.
Raise. There we go.
Alright, airspeed, get my airspeed set. Reduce and collective. Airspeed 65, rotor's good.
Raise it. Alright, start
airspeed.
Bringing it in. There we go. We're gonna overshoot. Raise it. There we go.
Flare. Roll on. Governor's got it. And cushion.
There you go. Alright, so go ahead and debrief me that auto rotation, por favor.
Well, I know I set myself up initially for a good entry. I was off on altitude, off on entry airspeed, so definitely extend the downwind out just to set the conditions for a smooth entry. Get that call early.
Yeah,
so let's try to make a call.
I got him.
You have all flight controls?
I have all flight controls. Yeah, go ahead and debrief me, your friend. That way you can kind of focus on that.
The entry seemed like the worst part to me, or the just setting up for the maneuver itself initially.
Right.
As far as the entry itself, the mechanics of it, and the steady state, I felt like I was on the airspeed and just monitoring airspeed and rotor on the way down.
Right.
I'm open to criticism.
Yeah, no, so go on finish all the way down if you want. That we can keep briefing that.
I did a smooth progressive flare. Remember to roll on the throttle, and I think I turned it a little high. I kind of stabilized and then had a more vertical descent down from 10 feet down to 5.
Okay. Right, you have the controls.
I have all flight controls.
Alright, cool. Yeah, so the entry, just keep in mind whenever orientation with the turn, right? Anytime we initiate that turn, it's going to be a really drastic increase in RPM.
Yeah.
Right, with that load factor, right?
So the RPM was high at the initial, yeah.
Yeah, if I wanted to stop it, we would overspread in a heartbeat. So
we need to have that turning G line, got to be careful because
really,
that raise has to be a little bit more than a straight in.
Right, yeah, exactly. So you definitely have to check it out, keep an eye on those RPMs a little more than you normally would in a straight in. And that entry too, so we took a little bit longer on the entry to check up on RPMs. So just like I said, kind of work on entry. The entry's the same, down right after raise, right? They're that quick. So you're right after you raise that collective. One, you just stop the RPMs from building too high. Now, it's like another thing to consider with the turn, right? And one-eye rotation, as far as we were, we did have to start our turn almost immediately, which we did, right? But as soon as we did that, increase in RPMs, right? So, and you can feel it building. So really be aware of that building. And then coming out of the turn, right? So, one thing that's going to happen to an auto rotation is we're going to lose airspeed once we start that turn.
Yep.
So try not to focus so much on the airspeed in the middle of that turn. Sometimes it'll be
you come down to 55, 50 knots in the turn. Because you're taking that vertical component on the left and it's becoming horizontal.
Exactly. Yep. And then think about it too, that all that ram going into the pitot tube, it's not, it's going away essentially. So that airspeed's going to die off. So don't be...
You're going into a rotor management.
Exactly. You're just managing it now and you're kind of trying to figure out when you should start initiating that next 90-degree turn so you can make it a straight in auto rotation, right? Okay. I'm going to have to nudge you a little bit because we're 100% going to overshoot to the right. So that's why I kind of nudged you a little bit of left side cyclic so that we can get over the runway. Especially if we're in a constant rate turn, that constant RPM manipulation. So it's kind of good to level off a little bit and start gauging out. Really start filling out those RPMs. So like I said, I'm going to have this next one and kind of see what I do and then kind of feel that building RPM. Okay. Alright, go ahead and take me up. We'll set it for another lefty.
Alright, finals clear. Huber traffic, helicopter 9380 hotels, taking runway 16, remain left close. Huber. You did say left close, right?
Yes. Oh, we'll just we'll beat that one up again.
Alright, forward takeoff, lights, RPM, gauges, car beats off. Alright, we're on the go.
Yeah, whenever you're in the turn with these, it's fine to lose that airspeed. We tried to maintain 60 the entire time, and it was that constant load factor that was really kind of messing with our RPMs.
Okay.
Really, like, freaking letting them build a lot. It's gonna die off a little bit, but I mean, the goal kind of is to make it a straight and a rotation. The sooner the better, I think, at least.
Yeah. Get the turn out of the way.
Yeah, get that turn out of the way. All right, keep that climb power. These are definitely hard to get down to a T as far as like hitting the spot.
Yeah, it just takes getting a feel for it.
Yeah.
It's like driving a new car. Now, do you normally have them just climb up to 13 right above the highway?
Yeah, it's like around 1,200 or so.
Yeah.
I keep going. I extend it out a little bit because
It's such an aggressive maneuver. You wanna begin it rushed like we were.
I was like, oh, okay. Yep. Here we go.
Got some birds, 11 o'clock, our level and above. I made my turn prior to them.
Yeah. So 60, as long as you maintain 60, we can get our 70 back down downwind. Alright, so...
Alright, making a turn, clear left. I got one right out the left door high.
Yeah, I see this one right to the 12 o'clock. 3, there's 2 of them.
We're clear of the guy on the left. He was like right there.
Alright, let's see how bad I can botch this one. But if you see, make those corrections for me, right? If you see more RPMs coming down, just tell me, hey, RPMs go. So teach it like you're teaching a student, right? I have the controls. Just make those, just tell me the corrections to make and I'll make them.
Alright, so we want to be, we're 1400, which is fine. We want to be 70 knots, so forward cyclic, increase airspeed. We're landing set. Forget the car,
Yeah, once this guy finally gets off the radio. Huber traffic, helicopter 93, so hotels on a high left, downwind 16, be simulating edge of failure from the downwind to midfield, Huber. Alright, 1,400, let's get this airspeed back.
Yep.
I'll start my countdown once I get to be my sprat.
Alright, in the turn 2, we'll go more into our rotor management.
Alright, going on rotation, 3, 2, 1, down by half, long raise. Alright, so I feel my RPM, I'm going to start my turn. Airspeed's going to die off, it's fine.
And I see you preload the rotor to in the turn, anticipating it's going to increase in the turn.
Right, so I know that my RPM, my airspeed's going to die off a little bit, that's where I got a little build.
And now we're 90 degrees, we're checking steady state.
Yep.
Gauge that turn.
RPM's going to increase, RPM's going to decrease coming out of the turn. Alright, now airspeed's going to come back alive. There you go. We're straight around rotation right here. Going to check
Aggressive flare. Rotor, we're good. It'll spool up. Roll on, level, cushion.
Yeah, all 3 controls.
High ball controls.
Anticipate those turns, right?
Yep.
So, I've rolled the horn the entire time. Here, I let it, I had plenty of airspeed to beat off, so I knew that I could get the RPM back up. So, horn came on, that's all good. But yeah, really anticipate those G's in turn. And I preloaded, like you said, I preloaded it. As soon as I started my turn, I knew those RPMs were going to come up. So I was like, alright, well, I'm going to check it up real quick. As soon as I'm coming out of the turn, RPMs are going to decrease. So I had to lower that collective a little bit. Right. And then I kind of gauge, what was the airspeed? Maybe like 45, 50, yeah, coming like in the turn. Yep. And so I was like, alright, well now you're gauging how much altitude you have left, how much airspeed you can get back. And I got 65 back as soon as we were over that runway.
Right.
Right, which, again, I use that to flare it. Let's go ahead and work on these hover autos. I don't see what we can do the right one, because we haven't done that yet.
Yeah, let's do the right one.
Yes, sir.
Alright, lights, RPM, gauges, car beat is up slightly. We're good. Huber traffic, helicopter 9380, tell us takeoff 16, remain right close. Huber. On the go.
Sweet.
Alright, airspeed's 40, climbing out. When that sun through the desk was just like beating me in the face.
Yeah.
It kind of gets you, you're leaning into it. Like,
Yeah.
I gotta take a break.
Yeah, take a little break. Like I said, the stage one is just to, just so that you can do these maneuvers from the left seat. That's the main goal. Not so much that you're flying up here,
Right.
Ian's got you on the accelerated path.
That's good. I think. We're going to stand down our upwind leg. Give ourselves time to set up for the maneuver. This is an aggressive maneuver. Shooting for 700 AGL, so 1,300 feet, 70 knots on the downwind. Don't see any birds.
No, sir. Okay, good.
Alright, coming around right.
Alright, continue that climb.
Continuing climb.
And for this one, I like to be like, you see that tree line right here?
Yep.
Kind of like right in the middle of it.
Okay. Alright, port landing, lights, RPM, gauges, carb heat on, please.
Yes, sir.
Huber traffic, helicopter 9380, tells right downwind runway 16, simulated engine failure, midfield, Huber. Alright, getting that power up, getting that airspeed. We're at 1,300. Middle of the trees, approaching 70 knots. Yeah. I got our yellow marker out the right door.
Turning final 17, full stop,
Alright, a little slow. I'm going to do a, are you good me entering here?
Yeah, whenever you...
Entering in 3, 2, 1, lower, right, roll off, raise. Alright, turn.
Lower that collective, good. Good, good anticipation. Airspeed's coming back alive. Lower. There you go.
Alright, flare. RPM's gonna come back. Smooth aggressive flare, roll on throttle. And level cushion.
There you go. Sweet, much better manipulation on RPM. For sure. 100%. That was much better you anticipated. The whole came out. Not a big deal though. Cool. Let's go do
parking pad over.
Alright, let's do them here because we're kind of low on gas. So.
Okay.
Huber traffic, we're just going to maneuver over.
Huber traffic, helicopter 9380, tells us going to be doing some hover work, approach end 16, Huber. Alright, so we're into the wind. Before landing is good. We're coming down to 1 foot hover.
Yeah.
And this will be a simulated engine failure at a hover. The memory aid is pedal, settle, raise. So we're going to reposition our hand so our fingers are more up. We're going to be focused outside, straight ahead, and going to smoothly reduce the throttle, right pedal, and as we settle, raise the collective to cushion. And there's going to be a slight right drift, so we want to apply left cyclic to compensate. I'm sorry, there's going to be a slight left drift, so slight right cyclic to compensate for that. Alright, so I'm going to initiate the maneuver in 3, 2, 1.
Nice.
Not that bad, right?
Not bad.
Alright, collective full down. Throttle's coming open.
Everything back to neutral. Alright, go.
Governor's got it. Good. Alright, lights are out. RPM stabilized. Need a little more right pedal on that, obviously. Gauges are set. Carb heat's on. Identify off.
Oh, yeah, sorry. My bad.
Alright, coming up. Bro, I wish I wore my hat. That sun is brutal.
I'm like just long enough where it's covering me.
Yeah. I'll try sitting a little higher on this one, I don't know. Alright, so we're into the wind, stabilized 1 foot hover, and I'm going to reposition my hand. Before landing is good. I'm going to initiate in 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, there we go.
It's getting better.
That's much better. That's
All
for
right.
sure.
All right, everything's neutral. Throttle's coming up.
And if anything, that might have been me blocking your left pedal a little bit, so.
I thought I felt something going on there.
It me, so if anything, like.
Hey, if you didn't think I could use that.
Yeah, I'll take a break for that one. I feel some pressure on my left foot, so I feel like, I think I might have blocked you a little bit.
Yeah, you should kind of anticipate that stuff too, but it's hard because you don't know what's going to happen.
That's all I need to see for that. I think we're good.
Okay.
But yeah, that's.
Back into parking?
Let's do it.
All right.
All fuel.
All right, I'll end with that one, yeah. All right, before takeoff, lights, RPM, gauges, everything's good. Car P, I got that off, please. Final. It's off.
Yes, sir.
Huber traffic, helicopter 938 Sierra Hotel is repositioning approach end 16 to parking. Huber. Coming up, slowly increasing collective.
I had to change it up with my other student as well. The faster roll-off helped them out a lot better.
Well, I think emphasizing holding it into past the idle detent too.
Yes.
I was Googling some stuff last night, and there's a lot of lack of understanding or agreement and understanding on what the detent is and how far to roll it. Some IPs were tested by like AOPA and Robinson.
Yeah.
Their understanding of correct throttle position was rolling it to the detent. It was,
no, past the detent.
Right. So there was a lot of discussion about it.
Right.
Clear left, right, below.
I think just those, we'll talk about it once we shut down.
Current coming down. Alright, collective roll down, controls are neutral. We're going to go to idle. Friction's coming on. And timer.
Oh, what a beautiful day to fly.
Alright, timer, 3-minute timer.
There we go. I think the neutral's like right there. Cool.
Got my checklist. You feel the skid settle?
Yeah. Just those, I think we did pretty good. Let's pick back to 75. Friction's on, 75.
75.
Let's suck in some cool air. Alright. Just those little small changes to the, not even changes, just kind of reiteration on the entry. A little bit faster, right? So downright after loft race helped us out. And then understanding the G factor in the turns of the 180s. Something that might help, and kind of a little tip, is enter the glide, don't wait too long to start your turn. Alright, obviously gauge your spot, but even if you start your turn and lose a little bit of airspeed, you can lose a little bit more altitude, right? If you're too close.
Yeah.
Right, and then as long as you're aware that you can, you're in an altitude where you can get that airspeed back once you're over the runway, then you're good. Instead of keeping that constant rate turn, it makes it harder for you to pinpoint a spot.
Right. What's going through my head is do the initial entry right after roll-off raise. I'm looking at RPM to see what that raise got me. Am I over? Am I under? I'm just trying to get a feel for that.
Right.
And then once I'm confident in that, you really want to be like top end of the yellow, and then initiate that turn, knowing that it's going to raise RPM in the turn.
Yeah, I see. And I like to keep it right under the green, right in the top of the yellow. Yeah.
Yep.
Especially coming into the turn, because coming into the turn, you know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
RPM's coming up, right?
Yep.
And if anything, I'm still checking with the collective to make sure that I hate operating on that upper yellow. And like I said, we're only going to do another turn, so if you're keeping it up in the higher yellow,
yeah,
like your chances of overspeeding this thing are a lot more likely. But yeah, I like to keep mine right around here because I know it's going to increase as soon as I start to turn. But that check immediately, keep it right there. And if I feel like RPMs are going to drop, then obviously I'll always like a little bit. But okay, I think a lot of this is more about repetition and really getting to feel a helicopter.
Yeah,
it takes a little bit longer.
There's different things.
Yeah.
So you get a better feel for it.
For sure. I think we're doing better, for sure. What do you think? How do you think it went? Christian's comments and concern.
I think we're good. Yeah, just I feel confident with like all the other maneuvers. The autos are obviously the harder one. With the hovering autos, it's definitely that I particularly do better with that quicker roll.
Yeah.
And being sure what's different for me is having the muscle memory to hold it past the detent, so the correlator doesn't take effect while I'm trying to raise. And really, I mean, on those, obviously, all I need is a little bit more right pedal. Or actually, our center line was good, but the right pedal just needs.
Yeah, you stop the drift, right? That's what primarily the goal is: stop that drift, so we don't
roll,
trip over.
Yep,
trip over ourselves.
All right, we're 3 minutes.
Yes, sir.
3 minutes. Throttle coming closed.
That way we don't struggle starting this thing.
Clutch switch disengaged. Wait 30 seconds.
Yeah, these little Robbies, they're crazy little helicopters.
Oh, I know, yeah. They're great though. I wish I had one.
I wish I owned one. That would be awesome.
I know. I got a buddy that I work with that wants to buy one. He's like rich beyond wildest dreams. All right, 45. Mixture.
And he just wants to buy a 22?
Yeah. All right. Mixture guard, alternator ignition.
Oh, wow. This
30 seconds. Fly right back. Really, we'll just wait for the rotor blade to come down.
Yeah. What time is it? Oh, perfect. Go straight to a BFR.